Hey, what's up people, this is your travel guy and I'm here today with the new iPhone 11's video. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be talking about why I have chosen iPhone 11 instead of the 11 Pro. So the first part for me in an iPhone is going to be the display and the comfortability, because the whole point is that you want to have an iPhone or a phone which is comfortable to use. You don't want to have something too big or too small where you can't do your day-to-day stuff as well. And obviously being a traveler, I want to make sure that I have a compatible device or a portable device which I can comfortably use it. So in terms of the design wise, the reason I chose this iPhone 11 instead of 11 Pro is because this is a 6.1 inch device. Now the iPhone 11 Pro or the previous ones were coming in two sizes, so 5.8 inch or the big one, max one, which is 6.5. But this one is 6.1 inch, which is in the middle of the both versions, you know. So which means that I can give a go on the bigger version, but it's still not too big to carry. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you a comparison between this and the previous iPhone I had. So I had the iPhone X before, which is this one. Now, just to give you an idea, they are almost the same size. Obviously it's 5.8 and 6.1, but if you look at it, it's just, it doesn't feel that big compared to the iPhone X. But what I found with the iPhone X was that it was really easy to use with one-handed. So, you know, if I have to type a message or access any apps and stuff, I used to just literally use it with one hand. But with this one, it is slightly different. So if I have to go and access camera, it's kind of hard for me to reach out there. So that's something I found was different. Now in terms of the comparison with the other phones, so let's just bring it back to go to the iPhone 6s, which used to be my old phone. Now this one, again, this is going to be quite smaller compared to this one, so you can feel the difference. Okay, again, it's kind of similar and easier to control with one hand, but obviously the screen size is smaller than this one, which is the big advantage of the iPhone 11. I'm going to bring it back to the other one as well, which is the old one I used to have, and that was the iPhone 4s. Now comparison with this one, obviously it's a huge difference. So the whole point of having this was to give you an idea of what the iPhone 11 actually stands for. Pro, you have 5.8 or 6.5, so there is no middle option. But with the iPhone 11, you do have the option of going into the middle, which is 6.1. Again, I think it's kind of, I feel it comfortable to use, easy to grip, you know, it's one-handed, I can use it. Sometimes, yes, I can't reach the apps and stuff, so I have to use reachability, which is this one. Sorry. So you just scroll it down and that's how it works. So you do have this option to use it, but again, if you compare it with the iPhone 11, you will have to either go for the 5.8, which is the same as the, as I said, iPhone X, or the bigger one, which is the Max version. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go with the iPhone 11. Okay guys, so the second part of the video is about the camera. Now, being a traveler, camera is a really important tool to me. Most of the time I don't carry my DSLR, so I have to use or rely on my iPhone. Now on this iPhone 11, what I found really good was this upgraded camera. Obviously the first camera right now here is the basic camera which you normally use it for your day-to-day shots. The second one is the ultra wide angle camera. Now this is an upgrade from the previous versions. If you look at the previous iPhone, it used to be the normal camera and then the telephoto camera, which is for zoom, if you like taking pictures from distance. Then you had the optical zoom. Now this is where the iPhone 11 Pro has the advantage. iPhone 11 Pro has 3 cameras, so 2 the same, and then third one is for optical zoom or telephoto, which means you will get better quality when you're zooming in the picture. Now for me, I don't normally rely on that sort of pictures. I don't like, or I don't normally use telephotos. So having this and ultra wide, I think is perfectly fine for me. And that's the whole point. I decided to go for 11, not the 11 Pro. And then the second part was obviously, personally, I found 11 Pro cameras were quite bad looking. That's the easiest way I would say. This one still looks better than having 3 cameras on the back. Just to give you an idea on the camera now, so if I go to photos, let's say putting this iPhone here. Now this is the standard photo I have. Okay, so this is what you normally get it as a standard photo. Now what if I do is, if I go here, then I can go to ultra wide, and you can see now I'm getting a lot more at the background there compared to what you normally get it from the iPhone. The same thing with the portrait mode. Now this portrait mode has more to capture compared to the portrait mode on iPhone. So you can see the difference. So this one will only capture mostly the first X focal length, but this one you get more at the background and everything. So that's the other part you can consider. Okay guys, so the third part of the video, I'm going to talk about something really important to every one of us, and that is the battery. Most of the time you rely completely on your phones for every day-to-day stuff you do, social networkings, bankings, work, everything. So having good battery is really key. Now I've been using these phones for a long time. I've been an iPhone user for almost over a decade now, and what I found with this iPhone was the battery on this is really good. Now just to give you an idea, obviously this is on my day-to-day work life. If I charge this phone in the morning, I can totally rely on this till the night. So I don't even have to charge this until night. Now obviously I don't use too much for streaming and stuff like that. I normally rely on my basic calling, text messaging, social networking and stuff. It does last me whole day. Now comparing with the iPhone X I used to have, this was good, much better than the iPhone 7, but it used to drop down around 7 o'clock at evening or 8 o'clock at evening. So still good, but this one beats the whole thing. Now the point is that if you want to go for the iPhone 11 Pro, you will have 5.8 or Max version. Again, the same things. If you go for the 5.8, you might not be able to get the same battery as the iPhone 11. But if you go for the Max, obviously that is a bigger size, bigger battery and all that. So again, that's the reason I decided to go with the iPhone 11, because I don't want to carry 2 big devices. Okay guys, now the last part of this video is where I'm going to talk about the numbers. Now iPhone 11 costed, this is a 128GB model, it costed me about £779 to buy this 128GB of iPhone 11. Now if I have to buy the 11 Pro, it is going to cost me about $11.99 to $12.99 depending on what model you're buying it. Now this one comes with 64, 128 and 256. iPhone 11 Pro, it only comes with 64, 256 and 512. So there is no 128GB format, which does not make sense to me. But then that is something because obviously, they might want to sell out more 256 than the 64s. So if you are looking at an overall phone with the upgrades from the existing iPhones you had, if you're looking for a phone which is not too costly, obviously which is under the limit of your £700-800, if you're looking for a phone which is more upgraded and more up to date with all the features and stuff, then this is something that I would normally recommend, because unless you have more money and unless you're not bothered about the cameras at the back of the iPhone 11 Pro, you can go for it. But considering the price, considering the features, you already have the same processors, you already have the same camera, considering there is no telephoto obviously, maybe better battery life, and that's pretty much all, to be honest. With the iPhone 11 Pro, you just get one extra lens and you get maybe the better glass at the back, matte textures and stuff, and that's pretty much all. So it's up to you which one you decide. But for me, being a traveler, being a person who's been using the iPhone for a long time and moving from the iPhone X to the iPhone 11, I would be happily using this iPhone 11 for the next 1 year. So I hope this video was useful and it gave you an idea of what it looks like comparing the iPhone 11 with the previous iPhones, and also comparing with the iPhone 11 Pro, and you should be able to make your judgment which one you would want to go for in the future. So do let me know what you think about it. Do let me know what you feel that there was missing or something like that, and if you have any questions, comment, suggestions, please make sure you always pass that to me. Until next time, take care.